Good afternoon. This is Telly Cardarelli with Mortgage Equity Partners here in Orlando. I hope all is well with everyone and everyone's staying safe amongst this coronavirus, and that everybody's practicing safe distance and being responsible out there when you're going to get groceries and so on and so forth. So again, I wanted to reach out to everyone and give you some updates in the mortgage world and how things are evolved in the last few days here. Again, in regards to the market, we always are aware of the compression in the market with the uncertainty of how the market's going. We've seen the stock market up and down, and it's like a yo-yo at this point. I know a lot of people have questions in regards to the Fed rate and the mortgage rates and how that has the comparison difference. Now, again, the Fed rate is how the banks exchange their money, and the mortgage interest rates are obviously based off the 10-year Treasury bill. When the Feds announced last Sunday that they were going to release the 0% out to the Fed rate as the Fed rate, a lot of people thought the rates would slide back. Obviously that didn't happen because they came out with it in the second sentence stating that they were going to inject $200 billion in the market for to securitize mortgage-backed securities. And since then, they've done some more injection in the market when it comes to these mortgage-backed securities. So again, we're still at all-time low interest rates. You can get anywhere from 3.5 to 3.75 on a 30-year fixed mortgage. So we are definitely experiencing the greatest rates we've ever seen, and experiencing some very good times when it comes to the market itself. A couple things I wanted to acknowledge to you as realtors and partners I work with, that the market has changed to a couple things where we all know that you've been getting emails from lenders and brokers out there with suspension of files to further notice in regards to your non-QM loans. That includes 12, 24-month bank statement loans, for some foreign national loans, as well as your asset depletion loans and some of your loans that you've been able to do in the past with some 1 year out of bankruptcy, 2 years out of foreclosure options as well. So please understand that those loans are going to be suspended and will be suspended for I would say for the next at least 4 to 6 months, if not a little bit longer. So use your best judgment in how you handle those contracts that are out there right now. I feel that that's just the best way to handle that. Now, FHA, like a lot of the other lenders out there, we've had to increase the credit score up to 640 because simply the investors just aren't buying anything lower than a 640 credit score on the secondary market. So the solution of that is that I've been able to adapt and overcome to that when I ask the borrower to help improve their credit score. I got somebody to pay a credit card down as low as $85, and we went over 640, and it didn't impact us at all. So again, 640 and below, there's not an appetite out there. However, with my what if simulator, that can work. So please be aware of that. Like I said, your lenders are all at 640, and that came out in the last few days as well. I know that a lot of people have been asking about appraisals. When is my appraisal going to be done? When are they going to come in? I got to make sure that the sellers know, because they have to plan for some borrowers, sellers leaving to not be in the way of an appraiser. The good news is Freddie Mac, Fannie Mae, and FHA all up to May 17th have acknowledged that they're only going to allow for drive-bys, and that is really good because on a drive-by appraisal, they just drive by the house, take a picture of the outside of the home, and that's pretty much it. And use the comparable comps that are out there based on what they've already done before they even arrive to the home. So that's a very positive thing. It's going to help both your buyer and your seller feel confident during this time of need that they're not going to be potentially in front of any type of virus or be in their own home. So that's a very good thing. As of yesterday, March 31st, we all know the IRS stopped taking 4506 transcript requests. So therefore, anybody that's been in that situation, self-employed, has temporarily been suspended. If your lender is calling you up saying they can't close, call Telly at Mortgage Equity Partners, because if the borrower can meet the requirements of a P&L and sign 4506 and cash reserves in the bank, and it's a legitimately a good file based on meeting the requirements of a CPA, acknowledging the business is not affected, we will make exceptions and close on those loans. So very important note there when it comes to those type of loans as well. Your Chenoa loans, that's relevant to your 100% FHA loans I talked about before, and your down payment assistant loans, those have been temporarily suspended. You're going to notate that, again, people are taking applications out there. People are saying, "Oh, we'll take them, we'll take them." But taking them and then closing them is two different things. So I want to really make sure that my realtor partners know that, I personally been doing this over 19 years. I am I'll say this, I'm always in the know of what's going on. I do my very best to make sure I'm communicating things to you that have an impact or a situation to improve your customers' ability to get loans. So please understand that those non-QM loans and those Chenoa down payment assistant loans are effectively temporarily suspended. We have no timetable as to when they're going to come back. So if you have any of those type of loans, make sure you're adjusting accordingly. And I ask that if you're a listing agent, to make sure that you're actually asking all the right questions when you're taking a contract if you're looking to take a contract or accepting a contract, because a lot of times when you get those contracts, they don't necessarily have everything there to make an informed decision. So just be aware of that. So again, that's my story on that part of that. In regards to a couple things I want to talk about, this may also have a positive impact on the sellers willing to give a little bit of closing cost assistance to your buyers as well. Whereas we know before that might not have been a viable option based on the seller market. So think of that as an option. Also mention to your seller, hey, I work with a close recommended lender locally here that that I trust that can give us the right information. Would you consider giving closing costs if you use that specific lender? And that's important to note because obviously through these times, that could be the difference of closing a loan or not closing on your home. So again, just food for thought as a takeaway from this this impromptu video, and I plan to do many more videos of this to keep you guys involved and update you from where we're at in the market as far as it relates to mortgage options and best practices. So again, I recommend that as it relates to our market right now, we're seeing some volatility in the market, but most importantly, I am positive that this is going to all come back here relatively soon. I guess as I say this, what we do today will obviously have a major impact in what we have in the future as well. So again, if you have any questions about any type of loan options out there that are available to your consumer, please reach out to me. My number again is 407-460-4489, and my email is tcardarelle@meploans.com. Again, I recommend that we all do our very best to be responsible, look out for our neighbors, and do the best we can out there with these circumstances. We will get back to normal as soon as this virus, I should say, passes. But the most important thing we can do is be united as one. We'll get through this together. Your local lender, Mortgage Equity Partners, is here to help serve you. We're at full capacity. Our processing, underwriting, and my loan partner is all working remote. And is willing to help. So please reach out to us. We're here to help serve you through this difficult time. But I always ask that everybody be well, be safe, and until next time, I will be posting periodically videos to update you on things that are happening and just positive suggestions that we all can appreciate. So again, thanks for choosing Mortgage Equity Partners. Again, my name is Telly Cardarelli, and I look forward to working with you very soon. Thanks again, and be safe.